Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Gibran here from Local Capital. I hope you're doing well today. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about almost all the offline projects that are currently available or being developed in Dubai at the moment, right? So, if chances are that if you're a buyer for a townhouse over the next few weeks or months, you're going to be buying something that's on your screen right now, right? So this is about 95% of the market. So there's already a lot of content and information on these projects, including stuff that we've done previously as well. But in this video, what I really want to do is kind of just summarize and compare these projects like really quickly. So as you can see on your screen, you can kind of get an idea of the locations of different communities. And what we want to do is we want to talk about, what's actually going on in terms of price points and sales activity. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll talk about the Mak Lagoons, right? And so the Mak Lagoons, by all accounts, the sales velocity, number of buyers, number of transactions is highest over here, right? So this is definitely the hottest townhouse project in Dubai at the moment, and there are a variety of reasons for that. And so let's actually do a bit of a deeper dive in the Mak Lagoons. At the moment, they have launched 4 phases previously, and actually, what we'll do is we'll talk about the location first. So with the Mak Lagoons, right, if it's kind of in the middle of the city, and it's in an area where there's already the most of the major villa and townhouse developments in Dubai, right? So like Ranches here, the Mak Hills, which is right next door. So a lot of buyers when they come to Dubai to purchase, because the Mak Lagoons is attracted buyers from all over the world, and so a lot of buyers when they come and visit here, they actually come in and see the show house here, which is quite similar, and then they get a very good feel of what the Mak will do because they've just built the community right next door. And then of course we've got Jumeirah Golf Estates here. That's luxury Dalal Golf is going to start handing over next year. This is a very happening part of the city, right? So location people really like, and so if we actually look at what's going on in the master plan, so far, they've launched 4 phases. So Santorini was phase one, this was phase two, Nice was phase three, and Portofino was phase four. So those are pretty much launched and sold out. All the 4 bedrooms, 3 bedroom townhouses are sold out. All the large villa types are sold out. There are a few 5 bedrooms available for sale right now from around 2.5 million, which you can buy potentially in Nice or Portofino. But now what they're going to do, and this is already happening right now, is they're launching 2 new phases. And so they're launching Malta, which will have townhouses only, and they're launching Venice over here, which will only have high-end villas. And so if you look at the Venice master plan, right, so these are high-end villas. I'll just mention this really quickly in case it might be of interest. So they're going to be launching 5 and 6, 7 bedroom villas. These are large villa types. It's going to be a very special master plan. So this will definitely be considered the signature district within the Mak Lagoons. And so previously, when they've launched villas in all their other clusters, they've been the property type that's actually sold out the fastest. And so if we come back to this image over here, so Malta will only have townhouses, but prices for townhouses now start from 2 million. So the prices have actually increased. But even at 2 million, there's a lot of value for these. And so I expect that the sales velocity will still continue. So now let's compare the Mak Lagoons with the other options out there, right? So the first area we'll look at is this area here. This is District 2020. That's where the new airport is. The Expo 2020 site was here. It connects to Jebel Ali Port, right? So this is a major part of the bay. And so over here, you've got 2 options to pick from. You've got Emaar South. So if you look at Emaar South, currently they are selling properties here, right? So there's an enclave called Expo Golf Villa 6. These are affordable townhouses. Prices start from 1.45 to 1.5 million for the 3 bedrooms and around 1.7 million for the 4 bedrooms, right? So that's definitely an option that people are considering and buying. And right next door to it, you also have Pulse Beach, right? Which is over here. And so if Pulse Beach started selling last year, they had 3 phases. They're all sold out except for a handful of 5 bedrooms. And over here, the prices actually start from around 2.8 million. But these are large semi-detached units, so there's a lot of value over here. These are like 4,300 square foot built-up areas. So, if you're buying in Emaar South or Pulse Beach, you're kind of taking the view because the Dubai government's told you that this is going to be one of the most important parts of the city, right? So it's already a lot of things happening that are planned, business districts and other initiatives. And of course, the airport and the port industrial network's already there. So if you want to be part of that real estate, there's limited options here, and you can take a medium to long-term view of this market. And of course, if you visit these areas, people are living here, right? So that's the feasibility of this side of town to buy a townhouse there. And then, of course, the Mak Lagoons we just talked about. And then the other thing we can discuss here is this side of town. And the first one we look at is Ranches 3. So this is developed by Emaar. And this started in 2018, and they've sold out 6 phases of townhouses since then. The last phase took place earlier this year. That was Bliss. And these are more high-end units, so you can see the prices actually start from around 1.9 to 2.1, 2.2 million for the 3 beds. The 4 beds around 2.3, all the way up to 2.9 million, probably because of a very large plot size. So that's Ranches 3. So currently, Emaar don't actually have anything to sell right now, right? Everything that they've launched in Ranches 3 is completely sold out. But, buyers who are really keen on this location can either buy from the secondary market or they can wait till Emaar launch a new project, and that would happen at least once or twice a year. And so the next project you could look at is right next to Ranges 3, and this is offline as well, La Violeta, and this is part of Villanova, right? So Villanova is a master development which is handing over now, and there's different types of property types there. There's a strong market activity that's already started. This is going to be a real estate hotspot. But one part of Villanova which is under construction is La Violeta, and over here they have 3 and 4 bedroom townhouses, and you can see the prices right there. So these are really good property types. Dubai properties are renowned for making really good townhouses. They've also built Madon and Serena, so people really like what they do. So these are really good options to look at. And then the other option, of course, is the Valley. So the Valley started in December 2019. They've launched 3 phases since then. They've all been sold out. So Emaar don't have anything to sell here right now. Secondary market activities actually started from the first phase, right? Prices were really good at that time, but they're gradually raising the price points as the area matures. So this is part of the Al Ain Road network, right? And so Al Ain Road is supposed to grow in importance. It's going to be more and more important to the development of the city. Let's see what happens. But the roads are being expanded, and the other thing to note is there are not that many townhouse communities in this side of town, right? So there's a lot of good feasibilities over here. So all the projects we just talked about were kind of in the suburbs of the city, right? Because the city is expanding and growing. But if you're talking about prime real estate, then, Jebel Ali Village is something to look at. That's Sheikh Zayed Road that I just drew. And right off Sheikh Zayed Road, you can get closer to it, is Jebel Ali Village. So this is an area that's being redeveloped by Nakheel. And, they launched townhouses here starting from around 2.5 months ago, 4 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms. They look like this, very modern, very spacious houses as well, right? So to give you an example, a 3-bedroom here would have a built-up area for around 2,700 square feet minimum. 4 bedrooms are like 3,200 square feet, right? So prices start from around 2.5 and 2.9 million respectively. And so they've sold out phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 were launched during Ramadan, the last 2 phases. And they're all sold out, but we do expect future launches potentially. And so, you've got the price points over here. This is an area we know really well. So if you've been following our channel, you know that we talk about Al Farjan, Jebel Ali Village, and the surrounding area in a lot of details. So if there's any kind of information that you need for any of these projects that we're talking about, please don't hesitate to contact us. Our numbers here on the screen. And so just a couple more to go. One we've got Tilal Al Farjan, which is a small enclave, right? So Tilal Al Farjan is actually villas, and then they have this last bit of land left in the project. They've launched these just last week. These are 4-bedroom, semi-detached houses. Like I said, we know this area really well. We know the feasibility really well. So if you'd like to understand this in a bit more detail, and of course get the materials of this or any of the projects we've mentioned, just don't hesitate to contact us. Also, the other thing is we've made a lot of content on these projects previously, right? Individual videos, deep dives. And so I'll leave links of those on your screen if you want to do some more research. So that's the Al Farjan. So they've got these really good semi-detached houses starting from 2.9 to 3.1 million. They're 33 to 3,600 square foot built-up areas, and these are semi-detached units. There's a lot of value for money here, and I would highly recommend a buyer to potentially look at this. And the last thing you could also look at when you talk about townhouses in Al Shiba Gardens, even though the townhouses they launched here in their phase 2 is currently sold out, but these are more luxury grade units, right? Very high spec. The location is literally right next to the Dubai Hills, and you can see your proximity to downtown and District 1. So this is going to be a major community that develops over a period of time, but you're looking at starting prices for 3-bedroom townhouses here for 3.8 million, right? So these are large 3,700 square foot built-up areas. But that's pretty much on your screen is what that market's all about. And as you can see, in a lot of these developments, they actually don't have anything to sell. So as that's happening, is the demand's kind of shifting towards these 2-3 projects. And, if you require any guidance, we would love to have a chat with you. If you're overseas, we can do a Zoom call and hopefully try to add value to you. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. If you did find it useful, please do like this video and subscribe to our channel. That really does help us. Thank you.